Hey friends, let's start our morning with the song we sing in music class. Ready? Hello there, how are you? It's so good to see you. We'll sing and be happy. We're all here together again. I know we're not really together, but I wish we could be, and I like to sing that song to start our lessons. All right, friends, this is a math video. So we're going to talk about a couple of people that have helped us with our math this year. Do you guys remember this guy? What's his name? Gus the Plus. Gus the Plus helped us with doing what? Addition or adding. So Gus the Plus takes two numbers and he puts them together. When you add numbers, you put two numbers together and you always end up with a bigger number, right? If you put 2 and 2 together, add them together, you get 4. And 4 is bigger than the numbers you put together. Got it? Put that in your brain. All right. Today, we're going to meet a new friend who's going to help us with our math. His name is Linus the Minus. Linus the Minus. Can you say that? Linus the Minus. Okay, and let me read you a poem about Linus the Minus. Linus the Minus is a naughty young lad, always taking away. He is so bad. When he comes around, you end up with less. He makes a big difference, but he'll never confess. Okay, so Linus, he's got this thing on his eyes. He looks kind of like a robber. What do robbers do? They take things, okay? So he likes to take away, and that's what we use for subtraction, okay? So if you had 5 fingers up, put up 5 fingers, and Linus the Minus came and you saw this minus sign, he would take some away from you. So if he took 1 or 2 things away from you, then how many did we have? 3, which is less, okay? So Linus the Minus, he loves to take away and he makes your numbers less. All right, so we're going to remember that while we read this book about subtraction. All right, friends, tell me the name of this book. This book is called Pete the Cat and His 4 Groovy Buttons. Created and illustrated by James Dean. Story by Eric Litwin. Have you read this book before? Some friends in my class had this book in their book bucket and they loved it. You might have read this book before, but did you know that this book was about subtraction? It is about subtraction because what happens in this story? Pete has all these buttons on his shirt and they keep, do you remember? They keep popping off, so he's losing buttons. So this is actually a story about subtraction. Are you ready? Pete the Cat and His 4 Groovy Buttons. Pete the Cat put on his favorite shirt with 4 big, colorful, round, groovy buttons. He loved his buttons so much he sang this song. Here's his buttons. 1, 2, 3, 4. My buttons, my 4 groovy buttons. My buttons, my 4 groovy buttons. Pop! Oh no! One of the buttons popped off and rolled away. Here it went. How many buttons are left? Tell me how many. 3, because 4 buttons take away 1 button equals 3. 4 minus 1 equals 3. And there he is. 1, 2, 3. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. He kept on singing his song. My buttons, my 3 groovy buttons. My buttons, my 3 groovy buttons. And up here he says 3, groovy. Pop! Oh no! What happened? Another button popped off and rolled away. There it went. How many buttons are left? How many, friends? 2 buttons. Good job. 2 buttons, because 3 buttons take away 1 button left. How many buttons? 2 buttons. 3 minus 1 equals 2. You got it. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. He kept on singing his song. My buttons, my 2 groovy buttons. My buttons, my 2 groovy buttons. We know what's gonna happen, don't we? Pop, pop! Oh no, what happened? Another button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? How many? 1, just 1 left. 1. Because he had 2 buttons, we took away 1 button, and he has how many left? 1 left. 2 minus 1 equals 1. You can do that on your fingers too. 2 buttons, take away 1 button, how many left? 1. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. He kept on singing his song. My button, my 1 groovy button. My button, my 1 groovy button. Pop! Oh no! The last button popped off and rolled away. How many are left? Let's do that one on our fingers. You have 1 button left, and then it rolls away, so you take away 1. How many are left? Let's see. I like this picture because look, Pete's going surfing, and he's at the beach. It's what a lot of us in Wilmington like to do. 0 buttons. He had 1 button, he took 1 away, and then he had 0 left. Did Pete cry? Do you think he's gonna cry? He lost all the buttons on his shirt. Some people might cry. Let's see. Did Pete cry? What does it say? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. Pete looked down at his buttonless shirt, and what do you think he saw? Do you remember? It's kind of silly. His belly button! And he kept on singing his song. And you guys can sing this one because you have a belly button, even if you don't have a button on your shirt. My button, still have my belly button. My button, still have my belly button. And here he is riding a wave into the beach, and he says, it's all good. I guess it simply goes to show that stuff will come and stuff will go. But do we cry? Goodness, no. We keep on singing. Buttons come and buttons go. The end. All right, friends, now we're going to practice solving our own subtraction problems. Sometimes when your teachers give you subtraction problems, they might have the picture already drawn for you, okay? So when you go on your seesaw today, we're gonna already have the shapes drawn for you, so you don't have to draw them. So we're gonna start with those kind of problems, okay? So we're gonna start with how many? What's this number? 5. And are we gonna add or take away? We're going to take away or subtract. This symbol right here means take away. Everybody say take away. Take away. Or you can say subtract. It's for subtraction. Or you can say minus, okay? So 5 take away 3 equals. So we have 5. Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, we got our 5 circles. How many circles do we need to take away? We need to take away 3. Okay, who has an idea of how I can show that I took 3 of these circles away? How could I show that? If you had a pencil, you might want to erase, okay? What I tell my students is I like for us to cross them out because then we can still see how many you started with, okay? And I'm using a marker, so I can't erase anyway. but I like when you leave them and just cross them out to show you took them away. So that's how we're going to do it on these problems and on our seesaw. So we're going to take away or cross out 3. Count with me. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now this part's really easy. How many circles are left? Everybody tell me. 2. Okay, there's 2 circles left, so we just write our answer right there. 5 take away 3 equals 2. Oh, easy peasy, right? Let's solve it on our fingers too. We're going to start with 5. We have to take away how many? 3. So we'll put down 3 fingers. 1, 2, 3. How many fingers are left? 2. So it's the same using our fingers or using our pictures. Okay, next problem. And this one's already drawn for us too. So how many circles are we starting with? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many are we going to take away or subtract? 2. We're going to take away 2. Friends, I would tell you if you're taking them away, take away ones that are next to each other. Don't like skip over and take away this one and this one, because then it's kind of confusing for when you count. So always do take away next to each other. 4, take away 2. So we're going to take away 1, take away 2. How many are left? 2. Great job. 4 take away 2 is 2. Or we can read it, 4 minus 2 equals 2. Check it on your fingers. Start with 4. How many do we take away? 2. 1, 2. How many are left? 2. All right. Next problem. The picture's already drawn for us. Easy peasy. How many circles are we starting with? 3. How many are we going to take away? 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, how many circles are left? None. There's no circles left, right? They're all crossed out. So what's the number we put for none? 0, okay? When there's nothing left, it's 0. None. No circles left. Great job. Let's try that one on our fingers. 3 fingers take away 3. So put 3 fingers down. 1, 2, 3. How many fingers are up? 0. Good job. All right. Are you ready for the next one? Because the next one is not drawn for us. You're drawing the picture. Oh boy. All right. How many circles do we need to start with? 2 circles. 1, 2. And how many am I going to take away? 1. And that means leaves me with how many left? 1. 2 take away 1 equals 1. Do that on your fingers really fast. 2 fingers. Take 1 away. How many left? 1. All right, we got 3 more, friends. Okay, what number are we going to start with? 6. Let's make our 6 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Got it. How many am I going to take away? 0. Huh, that's different. How do I take away 0? You just do nothing. You don't cross any out. I crossed out 0 circles, right? So I leave them all there. So how many circles are we left with? 6. So friends, any number, if you subtract 0, you get the same number, okay? Let's try that one on our fingers. We need 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and one more makes 6, okay? 6. All right, and we need to take away 0. So how many fingers do we put down? 0. Put down 0 fingers so they all stay up. How many fingers are left? 6. I still have 6 fingers up. So it was right. Okay. 2 more. What's my first number? 7. Take away 4 equals. So how many circles do I need to draw first? 7. Count them with me. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oops, I ran out of room. Go to the next line. 7. I'm going to take away 4. Take away 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many are left? 1, 2, 3. 3 circles left. 7 minus 4 equals 3. Let's do it on our fingers. We can make 7 with 5, 6, 7. I have 7 fingers. I need to take away 4 fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many are left? 3. Same answer. Okay, last problem. Are you ready? I'm ready. How many circles do I start with? 5. We're starting with 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to take away 4 circles. Right, so we're going to take away 4. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. How many circles are left? 1. 5 take away 4 equals 1. Do it on your fingers. 5. Then we take away 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many are left? 1. All right, guys. Kiss your brains. Pat yourself on the back and say, you are the smartest kid ever. You are the smartest kid ever. You guys did a great job today. Good job with your subtraction.